In 2015, Ryan Coogler shocked us all with the belated soft reboot of the Rocky franchise, Creed. Not only was it a sharp departure from the goofy, ultra-macho cringe fest that the Rocky sequels devolved into, but it was a surprisingly emotional character piece that prioritized the drama over the boxing set pieces, and overall, it really worked. So when I heard that the studio was going to fast-track the sequel and not wait for Ryan Coogler to finish Black Panther, I instantly accepted the fact that Creed 1 would be the only one in the series worth watching. But when they announced that Stephen Caple Jr. was selected to direct, I put those apprehensions to the side for a second, at least until the first trailer dropped. And when that trailer did drop, those apprehensions came rushing right back. They did what I was afraid they'd do. They brought Ivan Drago and his son into the Creed storyline as tools of retribution, setting up a mega fight and in my mind destroying the wonderful authenticity that Coogler worked so hard to capture in the first film. But that was just the trailer, so how was the actual movie? Stephen Caple Jr., the director of the criminally underseen The Land, didn't embrace the absurdity of the Ivan Drago return storyline. He instead took the much harder route. He took this deadly serious. This approach could have easily blown up in everyone's face and left the Creed name permanently stained, invoking unintentional hilarity and shame, never allowing the series to fully step out of its predecessor's iconic shadow. So I guess everything that was at stake artistically can properly serve as a meta-narrative for the Creed character himself. The direction here was really solid, from the shot selection to the geographical awareness of the audience as we switched locations. Caple Jr. took no shortcuts here, so I don't have any complaints in that department. The fight scenes are all well choreographed and shot, never falling into quick-cut, disorienting action-style blockbuster filmmaking. There's nothing here quite as stunning as the one-take action scenes in the first Creed or the poetic subjective shots of the greatest boxing film ever made, Martin Scorsese's Raging Bull, but this is competent and well executed in its own right. The cinematography overall worked really well for the most part, even though there was an overuse of obvious handheld, which is something that I've just accepted will never be for me at this point. There are films that use it almost 100%, and I love those films, like Mother, Beyond the Hills, Graduation, The Salesman, etc., but it's just not my thing, usually. Not a huge deal, just worth mentioning. Everyone involved did their best, from Caple Jr. to the cast, and that brings me to the acting. I've never seen Michael B. Jordan better, as he wrestles with a wide range of emotions, showcasing that once again he is a force in front of the camera when he's given the correct character to embody. Tessa Thompson is incredible as well, giving a performance that shows genuine vulnerability and an unshakable strength as she deals with her own internal struggles that exist independently of the titular character. She is not just the worried significant other here. Dolph Lundgren as Ivan Drago was who I was most worried about going in, and while I didn't love his character's cognitive dissonance as he dealt with the literal cold shoulder he was given by his country and just his general love for his son, he was performed too well to dismiss entirely, and his emotional arc felt earned and real. Sylvester Stallone just is Rocky at this point, so him being great is no surprise. I just wish he had more to do. Let's talk about the story. Despite all of my praise up to this point, it's easily the biggest flaw here and the only thing keeping this from being a truly great sequel. The movie works in spite of its ridiculously predictable script, but that doesn't mean that this feels like a follow-up to Creed 2. It actually feels more like a Rocky sequel, and that's unfortunate considering how much talent was shown in the making of this movie. I'm just imagining how much more I would have enjoyed this film if I didn't know exactly what was going to happen in every single moment I was supposed to feel suspense or tension. It's not a horrible story, but it's just something that should have been better because it had the potential to be. Overall, Creed 2 is just a damn good time at the movies, and it absolutely deserves to be seen on the biggest screen possible. The music is epic, the visuals are competent, and the acting is great, and all of those elements far outweigh the underwhelming, formulaic, and predictable story. I absolutely recommend Creed 2, 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching. I'm Lee, and I'm a fake critic.